Hi everyone, welcome back to Beach Angel Tarot. I'm here to do a specific person for this week. I'm just going to put timeless. This is July 20th that I'm doing this reading. I'm a few days late doing my weekly reading and this reading. So we're going to take a look at your specific person, their thoughts, what's in their mental space about you, what's in their heart concerning you, what it is that what they are waking up to, which means what's coming out of the subconscious into the conscious soon or right now, what they would like to happen, and what they will, what actions they may take. So these again are timeless. They span about, when I put a timing on them, it's like a week, but it can be any time. Just remember, it's just a snapshot in time. It's not forever. But we're going to take a peek and see what comes up. Let's see what spirit of darkness or light. Let's see where they're at. What spirit is working with them. What spirit of darkness or light is with them. Spirit of darkness or light. I just want one spirit. I feel it's this one, and it is Spirit of the Shoreline, which I love this one. I am going to look at the other one. I'm going to look at the undercurrent. I wasn't going to, but I'm just going to take a look. It's mirror spirit, reflecting vanity, reflection, mirror. A lot of mirroring. So I did take notice to that. There's a lot of mirroring going on in this connection. So it says calm, tranquil, relaxing. So I do feel like the more you can get into this space, I do feel like for those watching, you may be feeling calm, you may be feeling tranquil and relaxed. That person is mirroring that back, or will, feel that effect. There's a mirror effect here. So the more you can be in this, the more they are in this, and vice versa. So things are kind of calming. There's a sense of calm coming over this energy. I want to see what's... I want to get a... What did I do with that? Can I get a message from Magdalene Oracle what this person's higher self wants to communicate? So this is a message from your specific person's higher self. To you this week. And we have surrender. So that's their message to you. Again, a sense of calm. This feels like somebody laying on the beach to me. Just a visual. I'm just going to set it back here. Or I'm just going to set it right here. For now, just for while I read it. But their higher self's message to you. Surrender. It says, at present, it seems that the harder you try, the more things you want elude you. There's not much you can do at the moment except wait. Surrender your expectations and be patient. In time, you will get what you want, though this may not come in the form or the way that you expected. In the meantime, remember that you cannot control how others view things or what they think, say, or do. In time, you will come to realize that the current events are a blessing. You will emerge from this period of your life with a newfound sense of clarity, which will enable you to move forward in life with confidence. The emotional ups and downs you are currently experiencing will soon stabilize. And that's what we have here. So it's just like chilling on the beach, right? It's kind of a beautiful energy. And that person has no choice, rather. They do, but it will be, if you have that type of connection, it will be mirrored back to them. Kind of just surrender, go with the flow. You can't control other people, other things. You can only control yourself. And I feel like for those that are watching, you have spent time bringing yourself into peace and, letting go to a certain degree. And it's definitely being reflected here in this message. And to you from your person's higher self. They're saying there's nothing you can do right now. So in the meantime, just chill. So this is like a nice day at the beach, a nice calm, peaceful serenity type of energy. And let's see, my music stopped there. Okay. So that's the message from this person's higher self. We're going to use this deck and see what's in the rest of the reading. So this is messages from Spirit deck, but we're going to tap into this person for messages to you from what they're thinking, their mental thoughts about the situation. And that was way too many. Their mental thoughts about you and this energy. And it is, this one flew out. And it's a father's love. So masculine love to connection. A father's love for his son or daughter never dies. The strength gained from this such love is often unquantifiable in that it can be tapped into at any time for whatever reason, whether your father is still here or has passed. A father's love is one of the strongest bonds any of us will ever experience. So this is their mental thoughts about the situation. So we're not, he's not thinking like he's your dad. This is not what this message is about. We have to look at this message and look at it in the aspect of what this person's thoughts are. And he's thinking the strength gained from the love of your connection is unquantifiable, okay? And that this can be tapped into at any time for any reason. And I don't feel like that in a way that he feels like he can take advantage of you. I feel like he knows that this is a love that and this is good because in his conscious mind, there's a realization that, it's one of these connections where any amount of time can pass. And it's not to say that you're a doormat or that they are, or that there's anything wrong with that. But he knows, this person knows that love and that connection to you is forever there, and can be tapped into, whether in the physical or in the 5D, that connection is felt. And he knows that he can connect, okay? It says their love is one of the strongest bonds that they will ever experience. So this love is one of the strongest bonds that they will ever experience. This is coming into this person's conscious awareness. So I love that. Or this is in their conscious thoughts. Because we ask what's in their headspace right now. And it's like they're saying to me, there's a place where we connect, because their hands are in this box. So there is a space. This is like the Four of Wands to me. It's like Four of Wands is an energetic, it is an energetic space to me. So it's like holding space. There is a space where we connect, and we will never not be connected. Even though we may mostly be outside of this connection, we may both be outside of this connection for the most part, there is a place where we are connected. They mentally know this, and they are showing this visually in this card, okay? So I love seeing that. What is in this person's heart space about you? What is this person feeling and want to express? And it is let go. Kind of going with last week's, I think we had a bit of grief and we had a little bit of heart clearing energy. We see fall coming up here too. It says once you let go of the outcome, again, it's that surrender. They're feeling this surrender message that they sent. It says once you let go of the outcome, you'll be able to release all the emotional constraints that have held you back in the past. Trust in the higher good and the guidance of spirit, as we have only your best intentions at heart, and we'll do everything in our power to protect you. So I feel like the message here is, it's not like they're letting go of the connection, because we can clearly see they're thinking there is a space where we will always have this connection, even if at times most of us is outside of this connection, right? We are holding space. What they're saying, their heart is feeling, is that their heart is releasing the emotional constraints that held them back in the past, which is a good thing. It goes right along with last week's grief message, if you didn't catch last week's reading, and the letting go and the resetting of the energies in the heart chakra area in last week's reading. So there is a healing here. They are letting go of the outcome. So they do feel a bit of surrender to the expectations, because it said surrender expectations. So it's going along with their message to you. This is what they're actually feeling as well. So I love seeing these are going together. but they are feeling that emotional, they're feeling the release of the constraints that held them back in the past. So they're feeling like they're letting go of past patterns, things that kept their heart closed, kept their heart from connecting, kept their mind from thinking about a special connection because it was just way too painful, right? So they're letting go of those past things that held them back. That is because it says the things that held me back in the past. So this is what they're feeling. They're feeling the release of the things that held them back in the past, and that is a good thing. Even though it's a process, it's it's in the process of happening. It's not going to happen overnight, but this is the energy that they're feeling, and it is a good release. This is something that they're releasing that is in the good energy. They are feeling it. They are thinking about it. They are sending that message to you. So what is coming out of the subconscious, which means they weren't consciously aware of it, but they're becoming aware of it in regards to you in this connection. So something coming out of the subconscious into the conscious awareness around this connection with you. Well, that's two. I don't want two. I just want one spirit, just one. Okay, I feel like it's this one. And it's a child's love. So inner child energy, let me read it. It says, the love between a parent and child is one of the most precious and deep connections we make during our time on earth. Children start out as part of us, and from their first cries, they establish themselves as a bigger part of our hearts. So what's coming out of the subconscious is that this is one of the most precious and deep connections that they will have during this time on the earth. And I know that's like a lot, but it is something that is kind of coming to them. This has nothing to do with parent and children, like on the literal sense, but I'm reading this as their message to you. And they are becoming conscious that you're becoming a bigger part of their heart. When we read this and dissect it, they are becoming more conscious on a conscious level and awareness that you're becoming a bigger part of their heart. They establish themselves as the bigger part of our hearts. So they are consciously becoming more aware. And it's even showing it in the visual. Again, this is kind of mirroring each other, funny enough, because it's replicating a parent-child. They're talking about it in the aspect of parent and child, and hearing what their thoughts are, they're showing it as a parent and child to us in the visual, but the words that we're seeing is the actual message. That just as a child would, it's always a part, like once you have that child, it's always a part of your life, it's always a part of your heart, it's always a part of your love. And they're recognizing this connection is one of those types of connections. Not in a family type of way, but in that deep, unconditional, loving sense, right? So we love seeing that. And I'm also seeing songs, music. So I feel like they're getting conscious, like more conscious of messages, more conscious of symbols coming to them. Their eyes are closed, but I feel like they're processing in the subconscious more consciously, if that makes sense, signs and symbols around them. So where this may have just been going on around them and they were oblivious to it, I feel like now they are intuiting these signs, symbols, and messages and songs on a more conscious level as well. So they may hear music and then start tuning into the lyrics, or there's something familiar about it and they start thinking about you, or they start feeling you. They're more on a conscious level, having a realization of your connection through universal symbols and language, and most likely music. So a connection through music as well. So if you listen to music to manifest, you may be very good at using music to manifest, and that may help this person's process of what we just talked about what's in their heart, and it may help that process for them. So I see butterflies, musical notes here, and rainbow too. So if this person could have their wish right now regarding this connection in you, what would they wish for to happen? If tomorrow they could do or say or be anything with you, what would it be? And it's inspire passion. So they would like to take action. Fire is yang energy, it's masculine, it's movement. It's also very passionate. It could be sexual as well. With a passion doesn't necessarily mean it has to, because it's coming out of their heart. So it would be to connect in that way. It says life devoid of passion can be boring, uninspired, blank canvas that slowly drains the soul. Now is the time to reignite your passions and rejoin life. This is an opportunity to set new goals, which will in turn reconnect you with all that is sacred. So that is just exactly what they would like. You can see right here that they would like to reignite this passion and rejoin you, okay? And they would like to take the opportunity to set a new goal with you, which would reconnect them with you, and to them, that is all that is sacred. So they feel that, again, this is very positive energy. But this is just what they would wish. Like if they could have whatever they would wish with you for tomorrow when they got up, they would wish to reignite the passion between the two of you and reconnect with you, because you are sacred to them. This is a sacred. They are becoming more aware and more conscious of the sacredness of this connection, okay? But they are still, remember, processing what they need to release to let go of the things that held them back in the past. I'm going to hold this still so you can read it and see it like I'm seeing it for the message. So they're still in this process, which means you're not going to wake up tomorrow and do this, okay? Not going to wake up tomorrow and do that. But that would be their wish, because they are definitely consciously aware of this connection. So what they will do, action they will take within the next time, between now and when I do another specific person, which will probably be a week or so. What action will they take? Spirit, what action? Whoa. That's what this one flew out. It's kind of funny, because I'm thinking it's not going to be very action oriented. I can tell by these cards. And I love how we're seeing so much of the orange and the yellows, because these three cards are all like in those orange and yellow tones, right? It's kind of matching up here. And we had the calm, the tranquil, the relaxing, and what they're going to do is the same. They're going to do the same thing that they started out, the spirits that are helping bring that relaxing energy, because there may have been way too much of this, you know what I mean, because fire is also painful, and it can move us to take action, but it can also fuel our anger, right? Frustration can become a fire out of control as well. So there may have been too much of that in the past, so it may have needed to calm down and become more tranquil and relaxing because of too much of that energy. So it says serenity. So this is what they're going to do. The most important relationship you can have is with yourself. So right now they're going to have a relationship with themselves. And that, remember, the mirror. So you're having a relationship with yourself, right? Is mirroring back to you the things that you need to look at. This is a time to honor, nurture, and love yourself more than seeking out and removing any negative feelings and emotions that are left over from yesterday. This is a time to honor, nurture, and love yourself more by seeking out and removing any negative feelings and emotions that are left over from yesterday. That's exactly what they were talking about. Removing the things from the past. Removing what held you back in the past. So it says it's time to honor and nurture and love yourself more by seeking out and removing any negative feelings from the past. And that's what they're feeling right now. That's what they're doing. That are left over from yesterday. Don't let past issues and resentments interfere with your serenity today. So they're not letting any past issues interfere with their serenity. And I feel like you're mirroring that. I feel like that's where you're at. And if that's where you're at, you're spot on with this reading. And you can trust the messages that they're sending. You can trust that this is what is happening. Because if you're in this energy of serenity, making this the most important thing for yourself right now, this reading is definitely spot on for you, and these messages, you can trust these messages. So definitely not a lot of action. This person is tending to this for themselves, mirroring that back to you. You're mirroring it back to them. You're in that space of doing this. and releasing the patterns that held back from the past. But remember, mirror, mirror, right? They're doing it. This is happening for you as well. You should also be feeling the same thing. So if you didn't catch that message in its right form, reverse it and listen to it again. So let's see what our I almost said spirit guide. Our superpower is, and the undercurrent, and a superpower is hope right now. And I see a single white candle. So you may want to light a candle of hope as well. It says your loved ones in the spirit will know when to reach out if they see you're at a low point. Whether you're caught up in a difficult situation or struggling with someone specific in your life, there is always hope. So that is your superpower. And no, I'm not telling anyone to reach out. This is just a superpower. This is a message of being in your energy of hope, being in that beautiful, hopeful energy. Knowing that there is always hope, right? Okay, hopefully everyone has enjoyed this reading. Angel blessings to everyone and oceans of love.